today. He's both for and against the motion, and he believes he can stand on his own today. And I just can't wait for this debate. How prepared are you? How prepared are you? TTU debate will give you nothing but intelligence, facts, excitement. Everything is inclusive, give you mixtures of everything. It's like a cocktail or a smoothie. Like, we serve you nothing but the best. That is TTU debate for you. So before then, I'd like to ask, who is for the motion, who is against the motion, who is neutral, and who just doesn't want to talk today? So okay, starting with you.
Okay, I'm strong. I'm against the motion.
You are against the motion.
Sure.
I'm strong. Okay, yeah. Strong. You are against the motion.
Strongly.
I like that. Okay, so Mr. Teto Huaji.
Okay, so with a careful look at the motion. Okay, I don't know why would anyone, even for a second, to think to go against this very motion. I mean, national service should be optional and not mandatory. I don't know why anyone would for a second decide to go against this very motion. Of course, I am for the motion.
Oh, okay. He's of course for the motion. Mr. Honey.
Yes.
So you are the neutral guy?
Yes, please. Yes,
okay.
please. I am going to be neutral since I have two bosses and the two of them are having their own
ideology
and ideologies.
Okay.
I think I'll be neutral, and then I have to analyze both sides and then know what to do. So I think they want to win me.
Oh, okay.
Who is winning
Who
me
is
on
winning
his,
you?
on his side?
And you are also telling them that you are too strong for them. So your
I'm
points
more
and
than
everything. Okay. So my guys, are you ready for this debate?
Yeah.
Mr. Armstrong, you seem a bit shaky. Is everything okay? Is
Very
everything
okay.
You're very okay.
You know,
you don't want to back down.
Not really.
Not
Not
really.
any day.
Oh, okay.
You know,
not at any time.
The statement, okay, contextual meaning. He said not really.
Not really
Now,
means-
not really means,
There's
somehow
a
a
little
little bit.
Oh, okay.
That
Thank
is
you
how
very
that is
much.
how he understands it.
No,
and
no,
it is
no.
his opinion.
It's a
That's
general
fine.
view. That is how
So I
everyone
said
understands
not really.
it.
Probably
Okay.
in his context, that's how he understands. Not
Not
really.
in my
Oh,
context.
okay.
You understand?
And so let's take this hit onto the debate. So moving right and straight to the debate, the motion before the House, and I quote, one more time. That just say once more time. Well,
It's not
I'm
one.
guessing your attention is gradually getting it to me. So it's national service should be optional and not mandatory. Mr. Tete Hoaji, do was the honest. So you start. Your time starts now.
Wait. Before you start my time, okay, I don't understand why I have to come in first, in a sense that almost everyone in town wants national service to be optional, okay? And then as it stands, the norm is that it's mandatory. And so why not the one who is in for the popular stance?
Almost
everyone.
everyone. That is not factual. How does that prove? How does he prove that?
How does
Okay,
it
so
That's
I
not
haven't
factual, so-
come in with my statistics, and so
Okay.
you are right to say that.
Okay.
But then, putting that one aside, okay, that is the normal stance now. Okay, that is the upheld belief
But
now.
what is the
that
motion
it should-
before the
According,
House?
according to
the
you,
motion
right?
states that national service should be optional and not mandatory.
So
As
who's
it
for the
stands,
motion?
It is mandatory.
Sure.
So who is for the motion?
So I'm to come in first because I'm
Thank
for
you.
the
For the
motion.
motion.
You
So
people
why is he
should
complaining?
accept to embrace change. You see, the fact that you're unable to embrace change has brought about this whole thing, and hence national service has become mandatory. Well, if you are saying that I should go first, I think that my options are limited than to go.
You are not
We only
saying.
have
We are
to-
not saying
You
you
only
should
have
go
to
first.
embrace,
But you
embrace
know you have to
differences
start.
rather than accepting change.
Mr. Tete Huaji. Mr. Tete Huaji, are you okay now? Or you are a bit shaky?
I don't even know the definition for shaky, but if you are asking if I'm a bit okay, I am not, because I proffered a suggestion and then it has not been taken into consideration.
Okay, so your
But
time
then-
starts now.
All right. So I shall like to greet our cherished listeners out there, and of course those watching on Facebook. My name is still Theophilus Tete Huaji. Today's motion is a bit delicate, and the motion states that national service should be optional and not mandatory. National service should be optional and not mandatory. And like I said earlier, I do not understand why anyone would for a second think that national service should be made mandatory. To make the argument fair, or to level the playing field, I shall like to explain two terms or two words in this very motion to simplify the motion first. And then, of course, I come in with my reason why I believe national service should be optional. To begin with, mandatory. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it explains mandatory as required by law or rule, something obligatory, something which is required by a law or by a rule. A synonym for mandatory would be forced, okay, being forced to do something. Now, according to the same Merriam-Webster dictionary, optional, okay, optional is defined as involving an option or having the desire to choose, being able to choose whether to do something or not. Okay. Now, putting all this together, the motion simply means that national service should be a choice, okay, whereby one would decide to choose as to whether he or she wants to engage in a national service and not be forced to do it. As it stands, nobody wants to be forced to do anything. Even God Almighty, when He created man, He gave him His free will. That, man, I have created you, of course. I would want you to do this, this, and that, but then I give you the free will to do it. I do not wish to sound too religious, but then somewhere in Deuteronomy, God tells mankind that, Son of man, I lay before you life and death, blessings and cursings, but then I beseech you to choose life that you may live. It is only an advice, not force. Now, coming to our civil world, one thing I would want our listeners and then our viewers to understand is that national service is a good thing. Okay, not that we are against it, that it isn't good, but then we are against its implementation. Of course, when I say we, I mean myself seated here and all those listening who are supporting me, those watching who are supporting me, including yourself, that I know you are supporting me, that we are against national service because of its implementation. Now, usually in Africa here, ideas have been a good thing, but then the way it is being implemented has always been the problem. Now, I shall like to read something from the nss.government.gh, their website. That is their rules and regulations of the national scheme. A preamble. This is their own preamble. It says the national service program is a compulsory 1 year, of which we've defined the compulsory or being the mandatory to be a forced something 1 year service required of all citizens of Ghana who are 18 years and above. At the time of deployment, the scheme, which started in 1973, now operates under Act 426 of 1980. Now, meaning that this is a law or a rule, so it is being governed by a law, and this is what I stand to speak against this very thing. But then I am for the motion that it should be optional. That should be noted down. Now, why do I say that there is a problem with this? I find this very contradictory. I shall like to read it again. It says the National Service Program is a compulsory 1 year service required of all citizens, keyword, citizens of Ghana who are 18 years and above, not necessarily being a tertiary student or a graduate from the tertiary institution. But then what do we see? Its implementation is bad, and therefore it has brought about discrimination. And who wants discrimination? I mean, something that you are forcing people to go and do. You don't even do it fairly. In the first place, you are infringing upon rights. Okay, and I find that very contradictory because our constitution allows us to operate within a certain jurisdiction. And now there is another act forcing people to go against their own will. I do not wish to do it. It isn't that I have committed a crime whereby that is the punishment that I am supposed to serve. No, I've not committed any crime. I have completed a tertiary institution, and then I wish to do something of my own. But then you are forcing me to go and work for an institution whereby you pay me less had it been that I had truly been employed in that very institution. This is cheat. Okay, back to my discrimination point. Okay, please permit me to read something here. Now, like I said, the system is discriminatory because it says 18 years and above. So let us consider something. What of those who have not been to the tertiary, but then they are 18 years and above? Don't you think we are discriminating against education? This is pure discrimination. This one, you did not become a professor or a great scientist before you know that this is cheat. Someone, their own law, the National Service Law states that you are supposed to be 18 years and above. It's supposed to be compulsory, of which I'm very much against that, it being compulsory. Okay, I want it to be optional. But then if you are going to implement it, and then you do not go according to your own rules and regulations, then what do you think? It should be cancelled so that it becomes what? Optional. I mean, I understand that you are nodding your head, and I can see my opponent equally nodding his head. And I am sincerely optimistic, highly optimistic, that immediately I am done, he will walk out of the studio. I believe you are not signaling me that my time is almost up because I have a lot of things to say. So that should be well noted. 1, it is contradictory. 2, they are infringing on our right because they are forcing us. And then 3, it is bringing about discrimination. Then again, we also have a situation whereby you would have an engineering student who have completed tertiary, of which they are not supposed to wait for the person to complete tertiary before, because once even you are done with the senior high level, if only you are doing it right, then those who complete senior high schools must also do national service for them to be paid. Because according to their rules and regulations, I have not read that, but I believe my opponents, not knowing that it will go against them, will try reading that. They would say that it is creating, they intend to create opportunities for, for the citizens. They say that to think that they are doing the right thing, but then if that is actually the intent, then you do not wait for people to graduate from the tertiary before. They should go to the street. There are a lot of people on the street that need that opportunity. Okay, if truly they have the interest of the citizens at heart, okay, they should not just limit it to tertiary students. Even with the tertiary students, some that offer diploma are not even allowed to do national service. Now, I was making a point that you will find someone who studied engineering at the tertiary, and then the person will be posted to an institution that has got no affiliation, no relationship with engineering, and the person will be posted there to go and do his or her service there. What is that? Which one is that?
Which one
it is supposed to allow the person to enhance their theoretical and practical skills. But yes, so it is the exact opposite. And you want national service. You want such a system to be forced. You want such a system to be mandatory. I mean, who would go in for something like that? I wonder. You get it. So please, all those listening to us, I'm sure that right after this show, we can even draft a petition and then take it to the Parliament House that it should be considered. They should do it optional, and exactly, not mandatory.
So Mr. Tetewaji is trying to tell us that they forcing us to do it. They are not even doing it right themselves, right?
Sure.
Oh, okay. So it should either be cancelled or made optional for all tertiary students, and even those who are even in SHS and they are doing it right. Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Tetewaji. Mr. Armstrong, you still have time to back out. Mr. Honey, you still have time to back out. He said right after he's done, you just walk out of the studio.
Sure.
So I was really anticipating.
Earlier, I saw him walk out. I didn't know he was going to come back. I'm thinking someone called to give him some points.
Okay.
I doubt any strong points that can.
I almost slept listening to him because I wasn't actually getting any point. It was all about
let me tell you
discrimination.
Something.
So I didn't even understand there was a debate here. So
okay,
anyway.
So it's still 100.5 and we are streaming live on Facebook. Premier 100.5. Go there, give us your candid opinion about the debates today. The room is heated and oh my God, Amanda, air conditioned.
He made a
I'm
statement.
sweating.
He said he almost fell asleep. Can you imagine that? Do you know what make people feel sleepy? I mean, myself usually when I'm listening to something nice,
when something is boring,
when something
like a lullaby.
Oh man.
Okay,
you know
so
what's up?
I know.
You see?
Okay, so
when you are watching a movie that you have no interest, definitely you sleep.
Okay, so you are against the motion, so your time starts now.
Okay, my name is David Armstrong Donko, and I'm so glad this evening to take the stand to speak against the motion that national service should be optional and not mandatory. I mean, why would someone even ever think about making national service optional? Just as I was listening to my opponent, actually, I felt like this guy has nothing to talk about. Rather than talk about things that actually don't exist. I heard things before I even talk about what I want to talk about. I heard him talking about discrimination and the way that we are actually not even applying the national service according to why and how it was actually established or instituted. I feel like maybe he needs some education that I will do that honor for him. The fact that you say that the national service is mandatory or compulsory, we are trying to say that it is unavoidable. You can actually not do service after your tertiary education and nobody will chase you. But the fact is, come what may, you have to do national service. So it is not that we have to force you right after your HND, right after your first degree, right after your SHS education to have national service. It is never like that. Have you ever seen in Ghana that somebody is chasing someone to do national service? No. You register yourself, you choose where you want to be posted, and the system will put you there. You understand? I mean, your region. So nobody is chasing anybody. Nobody is imprisoning anybody for not doing national service. You understand? He has to get that right. Now we have to look at what actually instituted national service. What are the importance of national service? What brought about national service? So when you read, I want to read something from nss.gov.gh. It says that one of the objectives of national service is to encourage the spirit of national service among all segments of Ghanaian society in the effort of nation building through active participation. What we mean is that we all want a community, a Ghana beyond aid, a Ghana or a country whereby we can be proud of, a community that will be not lacking anything. You understand? How do you do that? We do that through active participation. You contribute, I contribute, then we build Ghana together. Why do we even need to give back to society? We are in a country where we have systems like FKIB, free compulsory universal basic education, and sister educational policy, free SHS. All these policies are free. You go to basic school, you don't pay anything. Government is giving you book. Government is giving you everything that you want. You go to SHS, you sleep free, you do everything free. Then you come out after tertiary, then you are asked to dedicate 1 year and serve the country. Once Carpen said that serving your country doesn't mean doing what you want or to go rogue, but serving according to processes. And this is one of the processes that we mandatorily we have established that go through this if you want to serve your country. You understand? So after government giving you FKIB, free SHS 1 year, and it is not even free. We are not just doing it like we are not paying you. We still pay you allowances. You understand? In a state where we've been told that government payroll is full and entrepreneurship is the option, how do you even start entrepreneurship? You understand? You need a startup capital. Government have thought about tertiary leavers or graduates. Then you see that go into national service 1 year, we are giving you a huge amount of 559 every month. You understand? Take this, keep some. When you are done with your service, you can start your own business. You understand? Now, another point, another objective of the NSS is that it has to undertake projects designed to combat anger, illiteracy, disease, and unemployment in Ghana. And that is true. You understand? When he was done with tertiary, he was expecting to be employed, in fact, to be on the government payroll. In fact, we are in a country that we demand at least 1 year work experience. He live in TTU. What experience does he have? The national service is giving you the opportunity to bridge the gap between education and industry. You understand? So it is just an opportunity for you to know actually what happens in industry. What is the difference between what we are learning in school and what is actually happening on the work field? You understand? So that experience, by the time you go out, you are coming out as a full experienced guy, not just like somebody from the classroom that you don't know anything about. You are just talking about both and not like he did engineering and all that. He don't even know some of the things that they taught him in the classroom. But due to national service, he's now I saw him fixing something up there. Now he can change bulbs and all that. It is all because of national service. He didn't have the experience on campus. You understand that? Another point is that we are developing skilled manpower through practical training. You understand? Take the technical universities out. Go to a traditional university, those reading the course here, electrical engineering. How many of them knows? I'm not an engineering minded person, so I can't mention some of his tools. But those that he's been meeting at his workplace, today he was telling me some of them, they just know the names of the tools. They don't know the tools itself. You understand? National service is an avenue for you to get a practical training. You understand? So you don't come and sit here and you think national service should be optional because you are being discriminatory or whatever he puts it. It doesn't actually add up. You understand? You have to understand what is the benefit of national service. One, your skill is being developed. Just as he's sitting there, he looks like an engineer. You understand? When he was campus, he looked like a book reader. You understand? Now, we are promoting the sense of national unity and patriotism, the sense of belonging to one country. After being in country, brain drain is on the rise. You understand? Government putting you on free SHS, FKIP, and when you are done, you want to go to UK. You understand? We are not stopping you from going to UK, but you are saying that before you go to UK, or when even you go to UK and come back, you still have to serve your country. This is how we are developing the community. On this, I want to submit that I under no circumstance should ever anyone think that national service is time wasting. National service is all that and all that. National service is helping to build the Ghanaian young graduate, and it should be mandatory as it is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Armstrong is saying that even if you go to US and you come back, you have to serve your country. Mr. Tesahuaji, I'm guessing I saw you getting a minute there. Is everything okay? Were you trying to also work out like you expected him to?
You know, initially, the way he started, okay, I was thinking he was going to debunk my point. So, at a point in time, in fact, I found his argument very ridiculous. I almost burst into laughter because he didn't really, he just said that, yes, I said discrimination. Did he actually debunk the fact that it was discriminatory? No. I mentioned that what of the straight children? Did he touch on that? No. He said that nobody would chase you to go and do national service, but it is mandatory. I mean, what sort of contradictory statement is that? Nobody will chase you, but it is mandatory. That is
Mr. Armstrong, can you clarify that for us?
He didn't understand that. I still have to come in.
Of course, because he didn't understand your own statement.
When he said it was false, I mean it was unavoidable. You understand?
No, that's just a synonym.
So that is how you take it. And unavoidable doesn't mean it is false. You can't escape it. But I'm not forcing you.
Like death is inevitable.
Yes, but nobody is forcing you to die.
Listen. Per their own rules and regulations, they are saying that it is mandatory. Even with Mr. Honey, okay, I would have wished he chose a side rather than being in the middle. Okay, exactly. That one. Because even when you read about Jesus Christ, is that there are two ways: the broad way and then there is no middle way. Exactly.
You can't be loophole.
Yes. So, Mr. Armstrong, I was wishing and then hoping that at least with the heavy points that I raised, he would be able to punch holes in them.
But seriously, you know why I didn't even talk about what he said? Because you see, seriously, excuse my word, but it made no sense to me.
Yes.
To say, he made no point. You understand?
So you felt his point were too weak to even
yes,
try
for me to waste
concentrate
my
on
time
it.
on such a point,
You see, it is two things. When someone brings out a point, and then you're unable to touch on it, it can mean what he just said, or the other way around, that it was too strong for you to penetrate. It was too thick for you to punch.
Okay, so it's still 100.5 Radio Premier, and we are still live on Facebook. You can bring your candid comments or opinion about the debate today. The room is heated, and oh my God, I'm sweating under air conditioning. I mean, so the lines are still 024 781 9113, and for Vodafone users 050 620 36 and 9. Mr. Honey, hey, Mr. Huaji, please tell me that.
Yeah, it's like that. Okay, when victories are on me, that's how it is.
So, Mr. Honey, after listening to both sides, you decided to be neutral.
Yes,
so, Ubo BH, like, to put it like that.
To quote,
so,
first of all, to quote Mr. Wonhwanji, who right away, he said, it is too strong to penetrate. It's too ambiguous.
It's too ambiguous for you. Okay, so your time starts and now.
Okay. First I'll go and then attack Armstrong in a way, as in refute his point of saying that once the country has helped you get to a certain level, you should also come back and then talk about come back and then help your country in rendering service to them. Nothing stops you from giving back to the society or the country if you also engage in entrepreneurship or something which is not national service. Please, you understand. The fact that you are able to take care of your child for him to get to a certain point doesn't mean that he should go to that point and then come back to help you. Sometimes many parents or people take care of others and then they die, not even enjoying 10% of their suffering. You understand? So if it is only that the country wants to benefit from what he has already done for that individual, then it's far from right. You understand? Okay. Now to touch on Mr. Wanji. You see, I have a simple quote for him that if one has nothing to offer, he offers confusion. Ever since he started, I think he's been confusing us because he himself is confused. You see, before anybody succeeds as a leader or a boss, he must learn from another boss to get experience and connections. Since almost everything is about relationship and who knows who. That is the country we live right now. So, in a way of doing national service, you get connected. Our employability or the employment out there is not based on what you learned in school or the course you did, but rather based on who knows who. So you go to school to learn engineering as he did. He's an electrical engineering student, a very good student, of course, but I don't know if he's well versed on practicals. And so in this case, government is giving you opportunity to serve the country and also get something for your pocket. So if you come in as a national service personnel, as a mandatory call on you to come and serve your nation, should you complain? Now let's take a situation where traditional universities, they are not forced to do internships. I mean attachment. How many of them do it genuinely? How many of them come out to do attachments? Always when we go to our places to do attachments, even the few who come to do attachment, since it is not compulsory for them, it is not mandatory, it is optional. They can do attachment whether they want, if they want it or not. You understand? And if those people come to do attachment, what is their conduct at the workplaces? Do they come to work on time? And do they come every day? What happens? But for those of us that it has been made mandatory for us, you know how we conduct ourselves. Because we know in the end we are expecting that they reward us with marks. They reward us with marks to fit in our GPAs and whatever. But those that it is not mandatory for them, but rather has been given to them as something they should opt for, as an optional. Just imagine, what do they do? You are all witnesses to what I'm saying. What do they do there? I know Mr. Tesawanji is a witness to what I'm saying.
Please.
Mr. Armstrong is also a witness to what I'm saying.
Please.
They are not serious, mostly not serious at the workplaces once it is optional for them. But those of us that it is mandatory, I'm hitting on that again. What do we do? What is our conduct?
Okay.
Lastly, I'll talk about who will be your advisor if you are stuck with entrepreneurial questions and any bother. Because if you happen to work for me, being your boss before, I've been through whatever you are now going through as an entrepreneur, as a young entrepreneur, and I know you will run to me if you need any sort of advice, or if there is any difficult situation for you, I know you will come to me. And so with this, since it is mandatory, you have a boss or you have someone to go to. But if it is not, and it is optional, and he decides not to do it, he sets up his business by himself, and then he try getting whatever, using dubious means to get capital, because I know he won't get it. A fresh graduate, where are you going to get money to start? But National Service is giving you capital to start. But once you are not getting the capital to start, or you are not getting anything to start, and you use other means of to start, and you are stuck with any decision or anything elsewhere as a young entrepreneur, who will advise you? That is why many of us go wayward, because they are even wishing that National Service becomes optional. Why shouldn't it be so? The chairman and all other people here, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll come to a halt now and listen to them, and I get back to them again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I thank you very much. So, Mr. Armstrong and Mr. Tesawanji, Mr. Honey is trying to tell you that both of you just spoke nonsense.
Yes, exactly.
Excuse me to say.
Exactly.
But right here on Facebook too, I have people commenting and all that. So I have Atanzua Paul Ashok. He's saying, Mr. Armstrong, the alawa is too small.
I wanted to touch on that.
Mr. Armstrong, the alawa is too small. Okay. And we have Kasim Mohammed Kamil. He's saying that Ronald Imprim, come in here, honey. Please, your people are saying he said mask. So on Facebook they are having their own arguments there. Okay, so let Armstrong and Tete do their thing again. They are all good. Okay, so there's someone is saying that you are all good. That is Elsie Irabina Amankwa. And we have Kasim again. He's saying that, what is the neutral one saying? Mr. Honey. So what are you saying? Like, they don't understand what are you saying.
Neither do I.
And Elsie also said that grammar on point. Points well elaborated. Great submission, Armstrong. So Armstrong, the points went to you.
Yeah,
okay.
Listen to me.
Are you sure?
Yes. Earlier I told you he made no points. You understand?
Wow.
So
I have
he made no point.
I have Mr. Imprim also saying that I'm now coming here, but it seems Oga Armstrong is in hot water. You made him fall into hot water.
That's my deputy.
Oh, okay.
That's Dick.
Punching holes again. Okay, I shall like to punch some holes of fact in the balloon of opinion.
Is it with regards to this one being too small, the alawa being too small?
Quite a number of them, because almost everything that he said has faults. Okay. Now, starting from the neutral person, okay, he made a statement, he made a quote that when one has nothing to offer, the only thing they offer is what? Total confusion. I agree with him on the fact that yes, Mr. Armstrong offered confusion. I disagree with him on the fact that looking at someone who is talking about confusion, now this person doesn't know whether to go for the motion or against the motion, and he's saying that someone is confused. Who is the more confused than the one who is neutral? Thank you very much for understanding.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Armstrong said that they give us huge alawa. Now,
Yes.
in order for exactly
he emphasized on the huge.
Exactly,
So
that
it's very
the-
huge. You
In
can
fact,
even buy a house.
helios, you know.
Wow. Okay.
before you can say that something is hard or soft, it depends on what you are comparing it to. So it is only by comparison that you're able to say that this is good or bad. He should tell me, what is he comparing the alawa to? That
Okay,
is saying that it is
you
good?
know, that is so simple. That is so simple. You know, nation builders corps or something. NAPCO.
Yes.
They are all graduate done with national service. How much do they take?
700.
700. And a fresh graduate from the university, you've not done anything, no work experience. You are given a whooping
A
five.
whooping. I mean,
Yes.
for
No
not
work
doing
experience.
anything.
You see,
like
you
for coming.
understand.
Forgetting that you are going to use your manpower in whatever company that
You are
Mr.
is
Sesawaji,
serving
wait.
your country, you know.
Mr. Sesawaji, wait. Okay, so I want Mr. Sesawaji to understand something. From his angle, okay, he's trying to tell you that assuming you've gone
The
to
559
school,
is bigger than the
please
700.
wait. You've
Okay.
gone to school. You are done with school.
Okay,
The government-
paid huge sums of money as school fees.
You are done. Now, the government is telling you that come apply for a national service. Let us post you. Go to the schools. We give you this amount. Come and learn from
understand.
organizations. Like get the industrial
Come and
experience.
learn.
Then they dash you
You see,
money.
Oh,
you
same
are
allowance.
allowed.
That is same thing I was
dash
I
talking
so
about.
much love
And
you.
it's not just
Same
100
thing I was
cedis,
talking
not
about.
Love in the
200.
right sense. I
You know?
love this idea because it is in my favor. Do you know why? It means that during school we were not taught the right things.
And that is not the debate
You
here.
have-
Either you
listen.
were taught the right thing or not.
not.
I don't
Exactly.
We
care.
are talking
So
about
we are
What I'm
saying
national
talking
that
about
service.
is
Because
national service.
service.
So it is your own
Because,
issue.
see,
You
when you are
decided
building-
not to learn the
when you are
right thing.
constructing
I
a
learned
building-
IT. I learned what is right.
No. I'm not saying that what I learned was wrong, okay?
That is
But
what.
then-
That is the point.
No.
You
I
said
did not bring
it
in
means
this
when you
point.
were in school, you were not
That's-
taught the right thing,
No,
isn't
no.
it?
Listen.
Yes.
listen
Why are
to
you
me.
running
You
from
just
your own
said
point?
that. You are
Accept
too
that.
racist.
Okay,
Accept
so
that.
order in my house,
Okay,
order
so
in
I was
my
talking.
house,
I was
order
talking.
in my
So-
house.
So please.
So let
do
him
not-
accept the fact that
Order
he
in
said.
my house. Thank you.
He should
Thank you
listen.
very much.
You know, he
for-
has to listen to me.
Order
You
in my
understand,
house.
right?
Thank you very much for listening.
He's being
to me. God
sarcastic
bless
about
you.
it, okay? He's only twisting what I was trying to say. In that, when you are constructing a building and then the foundation is not strong, obviously it would affect the end product. Okay. Now you are saying that the reason why they are allowing us or forcing us to do this national service for us to what? Acquire knowledge. It means that what were you doing in school all this while? Then probably there was no need for us going to school. We would have just all been pushed
It
into
simply means that
Now
we
there
came to
is-
school to just spend our mother's
Exactly,
money,
just pay school fees and
then
all
go
that.
and sleep
But
back in
then,
the house.
what he's not getting is that there is a better alternative than the national service.
Which is?
How about employment itself? You are not thinking about employment. You go and do national service. After that, you'll be home for like 10 years.
Oh, okay,
you are
so
not getting
this
any
is
work
a
today. You
direct
tell me
attack,
that
so
you've done national service,
Mr.
and so
Armstrong,
you got 559.
I knew
559 that will just finish
Can
in some
I-
few
can I
seconds, and
come?
they are
See.
telling me that.
Mr.
You
Armstrong,
should have
okay.
told me. You should have told me you were coming to talk about employment.
No, you
I
are
would
not
have been
getting
ready.
it.
And
You are
even
not
that,
getting
and
it.
even that, let me tell you, there's an exit plan now from NSS. When you are not employed, join NAPCO, join Youth Employment Agency, YEA, whatever. There are a whole lot of them available
So
out there.
it would rather be better
Youth-
if you are pushed into
youth
NAPCO
in
straight forward.
Okay, so
Water.
Mr. Honey is saying that all that you people are saying still doesn't make
Let
sense.
him
You
understand
do
the fact
that,
that
you
you
do
didn't
that.
come
He
here to
himself
talk about the
doesn't really know
employment.
what
You understand?
Mr. Honey, they said you are confused.
You
So
see-
show
you know
us that you are not confused. Prove to us that you are not
You
confused.
see, do you know that doing national service opens chances for you to get employed?
Exactly. Likewise, when you are placed into an organization to work
Are
there.
you saying
it's
exactly?
also-
No.
Mr.
You
Theophilus,
see, we have come to
saying
the
that
point that
is
now he
confused.
has understood that
no,
national
no,
Mr.
service
Theophilus
is that
confused
important.
more than Armstrong.
You understand?
didn't
He's so
understand me.
confused.
You didn't understand
He
me.
said
You didn't hear
exactly,
my
and that
statement.
confirms my point.
Like I said, order in my house.
You see,
order in my house.
They didn't understand me. He made a
Please.
point, and I was like,
Do you
exactly,
understand?
just as. Okay, I did not just end at exactly. You
Please,
are
do
right.
you understand what I
exactly, Just as.
Mr.
Okay, so Mr.
Theophilus,
Sesawaji, you hold on for
some time.
Yes.
So they should make good points. Okay, they are just
We
trained.
get you.
No, I was quiet
so
when
you have to be
everybody was
quiet
talking.
till
Thank
it's
you.
done. So thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you very
Tetewaji, for
much. I think-
understanding. So
you
Mr.
see,
Honey.
Let me make this clear. Mr. Theophilus is confused more than Armstrong.
Okay.
Yeah, because I said he was confused. He's
You see,
neutral and he's
you see,
trying
I'm
to-
saying he's confused more than Armstrong.
Because
I'm not saying Armstrong is right.
okay. So
Do you understand?
before we
me about
continue,
Tell me about
on
it.
Facebook too, we are still getting comments. Okay,
Okay.
very interesting comments. So from the same Mr. Kasim Muhammad Kamil, he's saying that the debate has taken a new shape and direction. He's saying that the national service is national service and not internship to practice, and not internship to practice. And not internship to practice what they learned from school.
Oh.
Although that becomes an advantage if you are posted to your field. That is, if you are in engineering and you are being posted into an engineering company.
That's one.
Okay, so
The topic
national
has
service
been
is
digressed, though.
more like a mandatory. Listen to the statement he's making. He's saying that it's more like a mandatory volunteering.
Oh, how can
Okay.
something be
Mandatory
and
and
be voluntary?
with
Please, let him come
allowances
again.
which the personnel are expected to make impact on the society as well. This is from Manuel. Okay, so Manuel. Okay, it says giving back to society isn't necessarily and specifically supposed to be through national service. There are a lot of petty things we do that
Exactly my
actually
point.
serves as a form of giving back to
Exactly my
society.
point.
Like engaging he's saying that like engaging in communal labor, engaging in surveys,
And that
which
is
are
national
meant
service.
for certain analytical data which will be used in developmental procedures, let alone and entrepreneurs give back to the society through taxes and a lot. Okay, so he's saying that Kasim is saying that disappointed NASPA president is talking. Please, who is the NASPA president?
No,
The
probably.
disappointed-
I'm thinking it's a wrong message to the right platform.
Okay, okay. So Ronald is saying that Mr. Armstrong, you need lashes. Okay, he's saying that you need lashes. Okay. So we have a whole lot of comments and we can't read them all, but he's saying that the speaker is always right, except if he that is from Kasim. He said Theophilus Tetewaji, senior wise, the speaker is always right, except your defeat. The speaker is always right, except your
You understand, right?
Oh my
Right.
God.
You see,
That's
you
why I'm
see-
right.
Okay,
on
so
that one.
somebody has a crush on Facebook right now.
Oh,
Yes, please
If
tell.
it's not on me, don't read it.
Please,
Okay.
it's on you. Please,
Good.
Oh,
please
how?
please
So they
tell
can see me.
Theophilus. Please tell Theophilus. I have a crush on. He has a crush right here. That is Ifwa Adipa. Ifwa Adipa says.
be online,
You have- You have a crush right there, right
know,
now.
I think
Okay.
yes. So yeah, if what the pa,
Yes. She has also got a crush.
did she add her contacts with it?
Hey!
Of course. So
see?
like
You-
I
you don't
was
need
saying,
to.
okay,
You
like
don't
I
need
was
to.
saying,
Is
my
that
initial point was that we are not against the service itself, okay, but then due to wrong implementation, okay, because it is being implemented wrongly, then it should be cancelled, because their own preamble states that mandatory for every citizen. I don't know who every citizen excludes. Every citizen includes every
Everybody.
citizen. It means that everyone
Everybody.
living on this very land. But then there are those who complete only senior high level and unable to further it into the tertiary
Because of
due to financial reasons or personal reasons.
or other
They do not think about those people. They don't post them
that's-
into
that's-
any place.
that is
See, let him
misleading.
humble himself.
That is
and
very
then He
misleading.
should humble himself.
See,
Probably
Okay,
when
so
I'm
that is
done, he can
misleading.
come
Okay,
in.
so please, you can put your points down. When he's done, then you can also come
You've
in.
given
with
him
yours.
more
So,
than
Like-
more than
I know, right?
Yes,
so when
but
he's done with
the
this,
no,
points
he
are
has
good, so
more
you
than
see-
enough. Yet he's
You
lying.
need
He's not
more-
making
yes.
any
He's not
point.
Okay, so now,
relevant
So-
so now tell
yes, that-
me,
so
tell
the
me
point
why
is-
you think what he's saying is misleading. He's
Yes,
trying to tell
and-
us that per your own preamble that is on your page, you are
Exactly.
saying that it's for all citizens. The underlying word here is all citizens.
Maybe
so
I should
if
read it
all
again for them.
citizens are being allowed, they are saying that it's mandatory for all
them.
citizens.
Yes.
How come it's only for tertiary students?
Yes,
Only
answer
tertiary
that one. You
students
just answer that.
are
We beg
being
you.
posted. Then it means that even if I'm in level 100 or I just completed SHS, I must be allowed to
18
do
years and
national.
above.
I can do national service. So instead of doing the internship, I can do national service. That is
That's
per your
why
own preamble.
I've understood you.
Can I answer
I've
that?
understood you very well, but I just want
Please
him to
explain- you just
understand that.
explain that
I
one.
want him to understand that the motion is not limited to Ghana. What he read was nss.gov.gh, right? That's Ghana. Our motion doesn't tell anybody Ghana here. Do you see Ghana in it? No. I consider United States. I consider the UK. I consider all those places, Asia, all those places. What I mean is that go to North Korea. The national service there is not like the one we do here.
Exactly.
You have to be at a point. You have to be in the
In
military,
the military. Exactly.
as national service.
And you are-
It's
Why does
mandatory,
it?
and
And it is mandatory.
It is
Why does he
mandatory.
have to tell
That is the
me
key word.
that we are only considering those in tertiary? I'm not talking about Ghana. Maybe he has to read wide, open his mind. We
Yes.
are not talking about
Very
Ghana.
important.
We are not.
Exactly.
We are talking about the
Sure.
world. You understand?
Yes,
So
we do.
that's why from the initial
you know
stages,
what
I
he
said
did?
that he was just making vague points. You understand?
Okay.
It doesn't
Okay.
hold anything.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Oh, I
what
so
you are
much
trying
love
to
this-
what you are
this
trying
last
to say
statement.
is that
Okay.
he tried to narrow us
To Ghana, and
see,
I just want to
now-
think loud.
and
Yes,
now
I'm not
he's
talking
trying
about
to
he has
leave
not
your-
brought
your-
about any fact. Please,
Okay.
debate is not about opinion.
Yes.
What you think,
Uh-huh.
what you believe in this place.
What was
I
his
have
facts?
quoted from
Very
a source. That
good.
is the NSS.gov.gh.
And you
That's
even
where I'm
affirm,
reading
and you
from.
even affirm.
Exactly.
So,
Who source
Okay,
you
Yes,
so,
and that
Mr.
is
Just
Ghana. And
don't
we
come
did
here to
that.
tell us
You
something
understand?
So, Mr. Honey. So, Mr.
Yes,
Honey.
thank you very
Mr.
much.
Honey, give us your candid opinion, okay?
Okay.
So, per Mr. Tasawaji, he's basing the one on
He
their.
has no facts.
Yes, very
just
good.
opinions.
He's saying that he has no facts, but just opinions, and he's also saying that his points are vague. Due to that, he was saying that on their page, that is the NSS, that is for Ghana. Okay, their preamble said that it's for all citizens. Okay, it is mandatory for all citizens.
Yes.
But he's saying that it's for only tertiary students that applies here in Ghana. And Mr. Armstrong is saying that that is because he limited us to Ghana.
Yes.
He's thinking out loud. He's talking about the United States. He's talking about North
Asia,
Korea, Asia,
everywhere.
and all that. So, do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, Manan, the reason why I didn't side with any of them in the first place is because I see the both of them as confused as
Confusion
as
is when
a
you don't
certain
know which one to
certain
support.
politician. You understand? You see, on the side of Tesewanji, he is saying that it should be optional, but in our case, I am also suggesting, from my own point of view, I see that it should be mandatory. That
So, okay.
that doesn't make me side with Armstrong.
Okay, so
Oh,
the question
but
now.
that is-
In the
that
sense
is-
that
Please wait. Now let me ask you a question.
Yes, please.
So now I want you to choose a stand. Are you for or
I am
against?
neutral. I'm still neutral.
Yeah,
But
so
you see,
neutral.
you
listen,
see.
listen.
Now,
The
this
reason
is
why
also-
I'm not
Both
choosing
for
any side
or
is
against.
because now I just said that it shouldn't be optional, but rather mandatory. That doesn't make me side with Armstrong, in the sense that even if it is mandatory, or as it is mandatory, are they posted to the right places? That is my.
Let's
that is-
understand
that is-
one
that is
thing
where I'm-
here.
Please wait.
Let's
Please wait.
understand
Please
one
And
thing.
wait. Please wait.
let
Please wait.
him
Honorable,
finish
please
his
wait.
Okay.
Honorable,
analysis.
please wait.
Okay.
Honorable, please wait.
So
Are they posted to the right
please,
places?
before
Somebody
any
who
of-
learnt procurement and supply. In my case.
you are taking yourself as an
Yes.
example.
I did procurement and
A
supply.
living testimony.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then when I was posted to Get Fan Hall. TTU.
Accept my condolence.
Get Fan Hall. TTU.
The
What do we
executive-
procure there?
The executive need to procure.
What do we supply there?
Maybe they were thinking you'd procure beds for the students
And-
and supply the students with the
As
beds.
soon as you are posted, you have nothing to do or say about it. It is mandatory. And they take everything around it as mandatory. So once you are posted, How do you change it? Except you use your own means. Use your own means, which I don't want to go there. You understand? So even though it is mandatory, but are people or personnel posted to the right places? And to talk about when he was talking, when Armstrong was talking, he was saying that it gives you experience and exposure. Listen, national service, you go there as a slave.
You go there as a slave.
Yes.
Okay.
You are a slave there. Because the work that you should do there is not what you do.
Okay.
You are always sent out. Go and buy watch for me. Go and buy this for me. Except for some of us who for one reason or the other wouldn't go and do such things, but rather we will try and then be learning from them. You understand? So, and those saying that it is optional it should be made optional. They have nothing to say. They are more confused.
Okay, so people can still call in. It's still Radio Premier 100.5. The lines go out again. 024 781 9113 for MTN users. Then for Vodafone 050 620 3669. You can phone in now to give your candid opinion about the motion before the House. I think we have our first caller. So, hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Please, can you lower your radio or your handset for now? Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So, this is TTU Debate. Tell me your name and where you're speaking from.
This Walters.
Walters. Efiekuma. Okay. So,
yes. Please, the debate that is going on, I like it, but there's a point that we need to understand. 31G made the preamble of national service, but not going to the rules and regulations. On the side, the rules and regulations, point 1, it says, A, the duration of national service shall be 1 year for all Ghanaian graduates. So, though the debate about Obia, any citizen, ordinary person, should be cancelled out.
Okay.
Okay. So it doesn't mean national 1 year mandatory national service. It doesn't mean that any other being, that any other citizen can be enrolled on the system. They said they have made it the graduate, so they should understand. And please tell Mr. Hani that he being posted to get fun. He understands. He knows the reason why he was posted there. He shouldn't be there and be saying. If he was there to buy watch, and I know cotton watch, right?
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so Mr. Waji.
Yes, please.
He
I
has
so
read
much
a bit.
Appreciate the gentleman who just called.
Okay, so before that, you can still call in, continue giving us your candid opinion on Facebook, and I'll get time to read your comment on Facebook. But Mr. Waji, with regards to what he just said, this is a very serious issue.
Yes.
In as much as we are debating on it, it's a very serious issue, and we should really look into this. So
yes, I so much appreciate the gentleman's contribution. It means that he is a good student. He reads wide. when we brought out the site, he went there to do further reading. Okay, now what I said earlier was that due to its poor implementation, due to some of these contradictions, it should be scrapped off and then made optional. This is fighting the preamble. Okay, he said I read the preamble but did not read the rules and regulations. Now the preamble is fighting with the content of the whole article. Contradictory.
Yes, because
so they are confused.
It is not contradictory. You see, it's not contradictory. Let's listen to this. Just as you pick anything, you are going to have something like an abstract. Okay.
Exactly.
When you read the abstract,
which must not be
contradictory, you are going to get some understanding of whatever that is in that book or anything that you've picked. But it's not going to give you the details of it.
Okay. Exactly.
You understand?
Yes, so it does not contradict. That is what you should know.
And there's no contradiction here. So every the preamble being explained here, you go to B, and I'm very glad I was coming there, but he has mentioned that. So when you go to the B, duration and coverage, point A, It says that the duration of national service shall be 1 year for all Ghanaian graduates who complete.
Graduate. So the underlined word here is graduate.
Yes.
So they said it in their.
What?
And
so much
it
like
goes
him,
on
okay,
to goes on to even talk about those who complete tertiary.
Okay, so
Wow.
we've got
So
a
the
caller on
okay,
the
you
line.
when he's done.
Okay. Hello, this is TTU Debates, and please your name
hello.
and where you are speaking from. Hello.
Okay. Okay, this is Sharon speaking, alright?
Sharon. Okay, please, where are you speaking from?
Please, what I want to say is, Mr. Theophilus, the man in between Mr. Armstrong and the other one, please tell him to take his time. At least he should listen to the other point of the two before coming in. He should allow them to speak their point before coming. He shouldn't just jump in or interfere like that when they are speaking. At least he should listen to them carefully before.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Sharon. Okay, so Mr. Theophilus Huaji, I think they've already gotten crashes out there, and you are trying to block their chances of them listening to their crashes' voices. Please allow my guests to speak.
I
Okay, so let's take a few comments from Facebook. Okay, so Mr. Ebenezer Kweku said, "I'm now here. Shout out to all the available guests in the studio. Very interesting. So a shout out to all of you." Okay, so someone is also saying that, Madam Moderator, tell Mr. Armstrong that if I subtract my rent and transportation from this monthly alawa, I will only consider this service as a punishment.
God bless you so much.
From Boatin J, he's also saying that national service is supposed to help prepare you for the job market, to know how the system works out there. Accept and go. And we have Mr. Kasim again saying that, host, we are waiting for the final score. So the final score will be done on Facebook. So I need you guys on Facebook, those watching live, you vote for the one you want by just typing their names on Facebook. The one with the much tags will get the highest mark. Okay, so we have another caller. Hello, good evening. This is TTU Debate. Your name and where you are speaking from.
Please, my name is Richard. I'm calling from Ashaiman.
Richard from Ashaiman. Okay.
Yes.
And please tell us your contribution, your suggestion or anything.
Okay. So personally, what I want to say is that one of the things that we have to understand is that national service is for a service to the country. Is that okay? And so you are volunteering your time, you are volunteering the resources available to you to help your nation. So if we are thinking about employment in a broader picture, then we have to think about how best we can create opportunities, how best we can take responsibilities to create opportunities. And that can only be done through entrepreneurship. So basically, that is what I have to say.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard from Ashaiman. Thank you very much. Yes, appreciate your contribution. So like we had him, he says for entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
So,
Yes. So I also like this gentleman because he's touched on a point I wanted to raise earlier. So it is service to the nation. What's better way to serve your nation than to pay tax? Paying tax. Now, the obvious way through which we pay taxes is when we have good jobs, you understand, or we have jobs through which taxes can be deducted from. Okay, so I am saying that once employment is made available, national service, because we are paying tax.
Mr. Armstrong.
Yeah. So he was talking about the best way of serving your country is paying tax. Do you know you pay tax?
Yes, indirectly.
Of course,
you
get it.
Everything we
So
buy,
the
basically
higher your income,
everything we buy.
Do you know
pay
what
But then
taxes
the higher
are
your
used
income.
for? Do you know what taxes are used for?
The basic one is to
it serves as a revenue
nation
to
building.
it
That
serves
is
as
what
a
usually
revenue
do.
to the
So-
government and all that.
Exactly.
So he's not serving the country, but by paying taxes, he's performing his civil responsibility
Exactly.
by paying taxes. You understand? They are two different things.
Okay.
Don't contradict. Like, don't ever think that they even look alike.
They don't look alike. They are not twins. They are not from the same
They
room.
don't come closer to each
other. They are on parallel lines.
You understand, right? So don't even come like the best way to serve the country is to pay taxes. No, it's not true.
It's never true.
And ask him when was the last time he paid a direct tax? Had it not been that he's been buying rice and all that, and he've been taking indirect taxes. Does he pay tax?
Do you know why?
No.
Okay.
So he doesn't want to serve Ghana, right? So even from his own point, he doesn't want to serve Ghana.
No, he said she should ask me. So probably.
But I know you don't pay.
How
you don't have any receipt to prove that.
I have not answered the question
But I
yet.
can answer that for you. You don't pay.
You don't pay.
How much did you pay? Where did you pay? Where's the receipt?
I put it on you that you don't pay.
You don't pay.
Okay, so Mr. Theophilus Tesawaji, Mr. Honey, give us your final words so that we take a few comments from Facebook, then we move on to our topic for discussion for the day.
Before I see anything, I don't know. I didn't really get this well. There was a question or a suggestion thrown either at you or me that we should allow
each and everybody to speak.
I don't know.
Okay, so it was
all of us.
everybody.
So all of us.
Yes.
Okay. Because maybe I was interjecting without knowing.
Okay.
Then if so, I'm sorry.
Okay.
My final word is, if there is anyone in authority who is listening to us and has a say on
okay, so I guess we have our caller again for today. Okay, so hello, good evening. This is TTU Debates, and your name and where you are speaking from.
My name is Adepa.
Your name is Adepa. Okay, so Adepa, tell us your contribution.
Okay, I wasn't able to speak right.
Adepa, please, can you bring up your voice a little bit?
Okay, I said I wasn't able to stream live because I was having challenges.
Okay.
But please tell Tete Huanji that I said he has a crush.
Oh, that's nice. If what Adepa has actually called
so
in
my telephone number is 024.
Oh, okay. So he's actually giving his telephone number. Okay. Thank you very much, Ifwa Adepa. Thank you very much for calling in. So, Mr. Theophilus Tesawaji, your crush, I think we have the number. So later, I see me behind closed doors. You pay 100 cedis and you take
I
it.
won't even wait for later.
Okay. So, Mr. Honey, let's end with your contribution.
So, if there is anyone in authority who is listening to us and has a say about national service matters, please, I have two pleas. My first plea is it should still not, or they shouldn't consider national service going in as an optional course, but rather still mandatory. And then the second thing is they should look for the right people and post at the right places.
Right places.
If the person offered more of business programs in school,
courses. Okay.
they should post the person to business fields.
Okay.
Please, do you understand?
Yes, please. I understand.
Those who did technical courses too should be posted to their respective course.
Okay.
You understand?
Thank you very much. And Mr. Honey, thank you very much. So, moving on to our comments on Facebook before we go on, we had Mr. Kwesi Pudada saying that one thing we should understand here is that the ideology behind national service is service for your country. With employment, it depends on us as youth to take responsibility and create employment for ourselves through entrepreneurship. As the minister said, government's payroll is full. So we still have people saying drop the final score, drop the final score.
Of course.
Honey is
so
not
obvious.
the standard for this debate, honestly, for Mr. Kasim Muhammad Kamil. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all very much for giving us your candid opinion about this whole motion before the House. I've really enjoyed and I've learned something. So, Mr. Tesawaji, I guess our people on Facebook will finally decide who wins or who takes the day today on
I have
Facebook.
a final statement, right? Or I'm done.
Please, you are done. So, we are moving on right onto our topic for discussion for the day. Okay. So, the first thing I will say is IGP. 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 Inspector General of Police. I know when I said that, it rings a bell. It didn't ring any bell. It didn't ring any bell.
It does.
It does ring a bell, right? Okay, so let me just mention Shatawale. Okay, so if I mention Shatawale, maybe you get a fair idea about the whole thing.
Yeah, I have a friend in a shaman called Shatawale. I don't know if he's.
Oh, okay, no, I'm not talking about that one. Okay, yes, I'm talking about Shatawale, the musician. Okay, the artist, the one who has been arrested. Okay, so from your own perspective, okay, so with regards to what happened with Shatawale faked that he has been shot. Okay, and he was being arrested for faking that, and the pastor I heard was also arrested and was granted a bail of 1 billion or something. Yes. What is your take on Shatawale being arrested in the first place? Because per his statement before he was being arrested, he said that the Ghana Police Service failed to protect him when he had these attacks from these so-called pastors who want to gain fame. Okay. Whenever they tell him that he's going to die on this particular day and time, the police does nothing about his security. They don't go to protect him. This is a threat on someone's life. Okay, a direct threat. You are threatening the person that the person would die within, let's say, on this date at this time. You'll be shot, like Tete Waji. How would you feel about that? And he felt that the police service was not really paying attention. But you see, when he faked he being shot, the policemen all arose to the occasion and were all about investigating and all that. So my question is, was it right for Shatta to first of all fake that he was being shot based on the reasons he gave? Do you think he was in the right to actually do that?
My candid opinion, I think no.
It wasn't right.
Yeah, it was never right. The fact that the pastor, Jesus Ahofe or something.
Yes, his name is Jesus Ahofe.
Okay.
That name in
That's
itself
a very
is
funny
iconic
name, you know.
on its own, like, to be honest. But well,
So the fact that there was a prophecy about him, that he was going to be shot and all that. Prophecies are things that we actually don't see, just as we see ourselves here. They are things that are being revealed divinely. So as to whether the pastor did see something or not, I cannot tell. But I think the speed of which these death prophecies are coming, they are so strange. As if nobody does anything about it. You understand? Yes. So imagine Shatawale was walking around and somebody shot him. Probably it was a prophecy. And the pastor has to train. Nobody will actually even investigate it. God did it. You understand?
God did it.
So
God did it.
Yes, God did that. Okay. And what Shatta actually did at a point, I think he actually called the attention of the nation to look at some of those things. But I think that could have been done in a better way than what he did. Because when I read the news, I was like, myself, I didn't believe it because I heard about Shatta releasing an album. So when I heard, I was working with one of my guys. I was like, no, this is not true.
This is not true.
You understand? Yes. Knowing the kind of person
he is.
So I didn't believe it.
All the fans
anyway,
and all
but
that.
a whole lot of people believe that, and you can imagine the fear,
the trauma people
you see,
went
the
through
panic, and the country is not stable and all that. You understand? So you don't do something like that just for, let's say, attention or something. You could have reported it in a better or best way rather than
it.
You understand?
Okay, Mr. Theophilus Sesokwaji.
Initially, when this whole issue came up, in fact, I've not been following up on this issue because the first time I heard about Shatawale's, incidents, the first thing that occurred to me was that they are just faking it, and then it turned out to be true. Now, some are saying that once the pastors are able to come up with prophecies like that, then the security agencies should do something about it. How? What would you expect me to do if you've had a prophecy? Usually, if you should confront any pastor, what you are likely to hear is that they do not know in the manner in which it would come. But then that is what they've seen. And there is absolutely nothing you can do. I've seen a prophecy that you are going to die in a car accident. That is what I've said. In which of your travels will you get that accident?
You don't know.
Exactly. So how do you approach the pastors and then, it's so open when you tell me that you've had a prophecy or you've had a dream, seeing that there would be a chaos or something like that. It is too vague. Like, it should not, much attention should not be given to it. But then with what Shatawale did, okay, it was a national prank. Okay, it was a national prank, and for causing fear and panic, trust you me, you can't go scot-free, or you won't go scot-free. In our law, I think it's a universal law. When you commit suicide and you don't die, you are arrested. Your own body, your own life, you want to end it. It is considered as what? Murder. So the law in itself, once it has been abrogated, definitely its relating punishment must be meted out. You get it?
Okay. So, Mr. Honey.
I'll blame all of them involved.
Okay.
Yes.
You always like to be in the middle.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, when two people fight, it is not the fault of one person, but the fault of all of them. Even if one person started, who continued?
You, the other person.
You understand?
Yes.
So I always blame everybody involved in any chaos. First, the pastor prophesying and then giving specifics. He was even specific on the date. So, you see, being specific on the dates that someone would die, how? And then I'll blame Shatta in the sense that he was even blaming the police, that the police doesn't protect, or the police didn't come to his aid to protect him, especially when the date was set. But did he go to report? This in law will be called the civil. It is something between two people. It's a civil whatever. You understand? So if I have argument with you and I tell you that you will die and you don't go and report, how would the police come in?
Because they didn't receive any official statement
Nothing.
from you saying that.
Nothing. You should go and report.
Verbally threatening.
You see,
okay.
that
So,
I don't
Threat
agree.
is different from
I don't
having
agree
a
with that.
vision.
Very
okay.
good.
Okay.
I had a dream.
But if
It's
he had
different
gone to
from
report,
you.
if he had gone to report,
But-
because the pastor in this case was specific.
yes.
He was specific.
Yes.
And so it is a threat.
Oh, yes.
No.
It should be seen as
I
threat.
disagree.
Because
about it being a threat.
Okay.
It is
how can I
different
prophesy
from
to you
I
and
heard
then tell you that
something
Give you
that
specifics.
wait, how can I
Okay.
prophesy to you and
And
tell
give
you that
specifics.
on this day you would die?
And
Prophecy.
even
What is prophecy?
in the manner that you die, he stated that
He
he
stated
would be
it will be-
shot.
Thank you.
He
He's
would be shot.
so what if it is a case that the pastor himself arranged for his death?
Very good. Okay, but before you continue, okay, I want you to know that in the court of law, like you see, is it a right statement in the court of law?
I did electricals and electronic.
That's
Okay.
right. You just say in the
the,
court of law
In the
or
court
the
of
law
law.
courts.
In the law court. Okay, thank you very much. You see, religion doesn't really matter there.
Yes.
A statement is a statement.
Exactly.
Whether you saw it in a vision or whatever, as far as you've made the statement, we consider it as a statement made by you yourself. We don't consider it as a prophecy, somebody revealing it to you. So if you tell me that I'll be shot today, giving me specifics, the manner in which I would die. Okay. And one thing we should also note that when God gives prophecy, okay, if you are taking it at the religious aspect, when God gives a prophecy about things like this, most pastors see it as private. So they mostly call the whoever is involved, tell them in secret, pray about it, because they even
This
say that
person wants
when-
more members, so
he's
we'll say
saying
it
that
openly and
when
then
God
it happens.
God reveals to, they have a saying, redeem or something. God reveals to redeem or something. So he has revealed it. So you tell them. I believe the best way the pastor could have gone about this whole issue is that he could have called Shatta and told him about this whole thing. Shatta was also not in the right, because even before playing a prank like that, okay, you could have, first of all, if you think that your life is under threat, your life is being threatened or is under threat, the best thing you could have done is to tell the police about it, so that you and the police could even plan. Okay, because I'm not sure that when you go and report a case like that, with how well known you are, the police will actually turn you down.
Yes.
They could have at least done something about it to see if it would be a plan against his life to be shot or something, to even get the culprit. Okay, because if he had actually been shot by someone, how would you have even gotten the person? Because in the case, the pastor would have come in to tell you that it was a prophecy.
This prophecy something.
Would you have
this
From the
prophecy
point
something.
you're coming from, I don't want to remind Ghanaians of what happens sometimes. This country, some of these things we don't take them seriously. talk about the issue of Ahmed Swali. We all know what happened. I don't need to actually.
Did anybody
tell you.
prophesy?
It wasn't a prophecy. Prophecy. Sorry, that was a live threat. What was done about it?
Nothing.
And
That
it
was
did happen.
did
And
he
it did
report?
happen.
Do you have to report this?
Wait.
Because this
Come
one,
on.
it was done
Come on,
openly.
come on.
In fact,
It was
on
done
a
openly.
state television,
Yes.
everybody saw that. Everybody heard it.
And
I'm
assuming if the person had come on live television to threaten the president, you will
Yes.
see that the president
The
would have
next
gotten
day,
extra
check
protection.
the issues of Bulldog and whatever. They were all picked up. What happened to the case of Ahmed Swali?
Somebody reported Bulldog's case. That was why Bulldog was picked up.
So did we need to report that?
You have to. You have to.
See, 2 days
Strong.
ago, I saw somebody say car brandishing or whatever. They said airports run about somewhere in Accra.
Yes.
There was this BMW.
He was trying to do the
Yes.
drift thing,
Yes.
but you know,
Nobody
here in Ghana,
reported it.
we
The
don't
guy
do
was arrested.
drifting.
Yes.
Ghana, we don't do.
No, we are not
drifting.
doing Need for Speed here.
I know.
So the guy was arrested. Nobody reported that. So how was this case different?
Who said
How
nobody
was it?
reported that? Because who saw the guy?
Oh, he was caught on camera.
On camera, thank you.
Yes, it was caught on camera.
Caught on camera.
Wait,
Ahmed
wait.
And
Swali's one was on
These are
camera.
state-owned cameras. Oh. You see the cameras that at some places, vantage points in Ghana. You don't.
They are
Haven't you
taking
heard?
cameras.
Exactly. You see,
Yeah.
what's Honey
And-
is saying, there are cameras at vantage points.
Yes.
So once it has been caught on camera, then actions can be taken by the security agencies. Once you threat someone on camera, live on radio, then action
Exactly.
can be taken. Now, you see,
Except when you go to report.
no.
Oh no.
No.
That one you don't
You see,
really have.
let me tell you something, okay? I'm not really into the reporting idea.
Aspect, yes.
Exactly. But then what I'm saying is that how can you said that the law doesn't deal with religious issues
Yes,
and
in the court
prophetic
of
things.
law, yes, they
Exactly.
don't
So for
really
that very
believe in
reason, when you go and report such an instance, you'll not be taken seriously. You get it? I go to the police station. Police, please, I would want to file a complaint. Someone had a dream about me that 3 armed robbers will be attacking me this very night, and so I would want you to come and protect me. You got to be kidding me. And the police would leave their stations
so
to
now
no
to-
because
I
of
stand to be
previous
corrected though.
failed
Wait,
prophecies.
wait,
Nobody takes them
wait,
seriously
wait.
again.
I get you, but you see, this one you are referring it to a dream. The person didn't say that. Oh, like I'm coming to you as in something I have seen. The person dreamt about it. Dreams are not like we don't
Yes,
really
and
fancy. dreams.
exactly.
But this is he says it's a prophecy.
But
Scraping the prophecy aspect out. Okay.
no, you
he
don't
gave,
leave that out.
listen.
Okay.
He gave 18th. He gave the date, okay,
Yeah.
the day, the month, and the instance, like as in
Exactly.
the whole scenario in which the whole
Exactly.
killing would
Trying
be.
to make the prophecy very accurate.
very good.
Now, let's not forget this. Due to precedence, due to failed prophetic scenes, okay, due to a lot of failed prophecies, who takes prophecies seriously
Okay.
again when it comes? So, if you should go and report something like that, who is going?
going to-
Myself, I am usually skeptical. Me, most of these prophecies, did I even say most? All of them, you get it. I am very skeptical when it comes to I've seen this, I've had this prophecy and all that. My skepticism is really high. And so if I should be the IGP or head of a police department, you come to report this thing to me, prophecy. Who told you that I even believe in your God in the first
in
week?
the first place.
You get it?
I get
So
you.
if you should go and report something like that, it is different from this man came to tell me that he had people plotting to come and kill me on this date.
Okay.
It is a different thing. So
Yeah.
in such an instance, you can't go to the police to go and report.
So
What
what
he
should the
did
police
was wrong. Exactly. That is why I'm
So
saying
what should
that.
the police do?
Exactly. That is why I'm saying that for him to have pranked the nation as a whole, causing fear and panic, he abrogated the law. And so punishment needs to be meted out. But for you to tell me that he needed to have reported the issue, that is so off. You can't go and report a prophecy. You get it? Yes.
Because
I
it's not really
said that
recognized.
because
Yeah.
I said that because
So-
Shatawale is blaming the police.
Okay, so now do you all think that it was right for the police to arrest him?
Yes.
In the
For
first place?
causing
Yes.
fear and
For-
panic.
yes, for
That is
causing
why I
that-
even said that even
that
your
one.
own life, when
Yes.
you try to end it and you
it.
don't die, they arrest you.
Okay.
Because he is blaming someone who is not responsible for anything.
Yes. You see
That
what
is
I
why
mean?
I'm trying to add up that. Did he report to the police?
Okay.
If you are reported and then nothing was being done, that was when you can go there to lodge complaints against
Yeah, you
him.
know, whenever
You could have
issues
handled that
happen.
in a more matured manner.
Yes.
Okay, and so with regards to the same IGP, nowadays, like if you, I see pranks on social media, all over social media, where people post toy guns actually, and they'll say, "Let me remove it before IGP comes to see this post and come and arrest me." And that is because since he came in power, that was on the 21st of August this year, when he was being appointed as the IGP. He has arrested, I think, a whole lot of celebrities, granted few bail, and some of them are even in jail now, and they are shivering. We've gotten a whole lot of videos about Shatawale, in tears. Was he in tears? No, he was shivering actually at the cells there. So, what is your take on the IGP's current state now, with the rate at which he's handling our celebrities?
That is why we are all supporting the IGP. We don't want to go to.
Okay, so you are being mindful. Hey, then let me be mindful, because I don't want to be arrested.
You're on air. You'll be the next one to be picked. But seriously, I think
with the rate at which he's arresting people. Recently, before we even came on live this evening, I saw a post about a guy who was arrested for parking his Trusky. I call Trusky, okay? Sorry. He parked his Trusky to pee at the roadside. And he was arrested. So let's take the rate at which the man is arresting people. Like,
no, but you should consider the reasons at which they are being arrested. Okay. It is not that he just walks about, he sees you and you are too tall, then he arrests you. Too short, I arrest you. No.
So I'm talking about the circumstances with which he arrested these people. With, I think, medical, I think he was lavishing a gun on IG.
But is that
IG Live.
Is that right?
IG Live. He was in this live video. I believe he didn't have any right to.
Is that right?
How is that wrong? How
is that right?
I mean,
yes, I personally, in my personal.
Anybody has.
No, me, I know you love.
I am entitled to my own opinion.
You see, but wait.
But not your own facts, please.
Exactly.
Wait. As people are allowed to flaunt their iPhone 13s and 14s on live,
intimidating we that we don't have money to buy.
Even the psychological trauma it causes to people. Everybody wants to get iPhone. I mean, girls are trying to sell their bodies to get these iPhones because
some are even giving their bodies for loan.
Thank you. They are doing that and they are getting the iPhones. You understand? And all these things are intimidating. So I think these people should be arrested too, because if he's lavishing his gun, his licensed gun,
I don't think so.
Instagram
I like the way you say licensed.
Yes.
And this. It will change the whole conversation.
Thank you.
A weapon is different from a mobile phone.
Thank you.
You understand?
Exactly.
When you see a mobile phone, you are not afraid. You don't shiver. When I point a gun at you now, what do?
I just throw up my
You
hands
understand?
like this and I'll say my last
two
prayer.
different things. You understand?
One is
even with regards to its usage, probably even if it is licensed, they will tell you how to use it. You don't walk around with your gun pointed at people and you understand. What do you want to do?
No.
You understand?
No.
Why should you
on social media?
Why?
That was
Yes.
the only thing
He was doing Instagram live.
Why should you flaunt
and he showed the gun.
No, why?
Let me tell
why?
you.
Why?
Why?
We
Let me
have
tell you why.
laws in
Okay,
this
see,
country,
Okay.
right?
Every now and
Yeah.
then.
So we have laws here.
You see, the Bible
It is
says that we
against
can
law,
do.
no matter who you are, you will be picked up. You
Okay.
It's as simple as it is.
I don't know. I've not really checked if has it been confirmed that the gun is licensed? Is it?
Whether it is or not, it is
Okay,
still
fine.
license or
In a
not.
sense whereby it has been licensed, okay. Now it is to warn thieves. It is to warn robbers that hey, if you
I
are
have a
thinking
gun.
about coming close,
I mean, I have a gun.
exactly.
Yes. I mean.
And if you have a good mindset, okay, towards the person, you don't have any intentions of going to rob the person at night. Why should you be afraid? I mean, as you are seated here, if a policeman should enter now, none of us would be panicking.
Of course,
you get
because
because we
you've
know
not
that
done anything
exactly.
wrong.
Wait.
So probably I don't know,
wait.
honey. Don't let me
Please
suspect
wait.
you. Okay?
On your point.
Okay, so
on his point.
Okay,
you
so we are running out of
conclude.
time.
Let me conclude.
Okay.
On his point.
Okay, yes. So I'm giving each and
I
every
stand
one
to
of
be-
you. I'm giving each and every
Yeah,
one of
30
you
seconds for honey, 3 minutes for me. And
1 minute each to wrap up
Okay.
everything that you
Okay,
have to
okay.
say. So
Okay,
Honey.
I stand to be corrected, but with what he just said that it is to scare thieves or whatever. Which police station was attacked by thieves recently? Or you didn't hear that?
the one he was
Something
giving
like that.
Kenke and
Thank you.
Kenke and
You see,
fish to
you see, even a police station was attacked.
yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
A police station that we know they would definitely have guns. It was attacked.
Sure.
How much more him? Who is he?
Exactly.
So if the reason is to drive away criminals or thieves away from him,
even
whatever,
those with the
then
weapons,
that
they are being stolen from Nakama. You have just one gun.
you understand?
For them.
Then that reason doesn't make sense.
I mean, okay.
Please, you understand
I get
me?
you.
Okay.
I get you.
To wrap up everything, thank you very much, and then your audience too for listening to us. Sure. Anyway, some people have crushes, but me, I'm going to Roman school, so I'm joining the Roman.
You have a crush right here.
Hey,
Okay, so Mr. Armstrong, your final word.
Okay, so just as we were talking about guns, I was reading something on the Ghana Police Service website related to how to use firearms and all that. But I think we don't have the luxury of time to talk about that. So we leave that for someday. But we've got laws to actually regulate how you use those firearms and all those things. So what he did is against law and he's been penalized. That is right. I think I want to say a very good evening to students of TTU and to all NASPA personnel of the STMA ECMA. My name is Armstrong.
Okay.
Why are people saying agenda?
Well,
if I need to say something like,
agenda on point.
You didn't know my name, so what I meant was my name is
yes.
Armstrong.
All national service personnel.
All national service. That's what I mean.
And your name is Armstrong.
And my name is Armstrong.
Thank you very much, Mr. Armstrong.
Probably we are ready to serve.
Okay, so Mr. Peter Huaji, your final words for today.
Yeah, final words. I was hoping that you're going to say final statement so that I can say a lot of things, but final words, I would have to choose some words and then say them.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a saying that life may not be the party that we hope for, but once you are here and the music is playing, you might as well dance. A lot of things may not be as we hoped for them to be, as we planned they were going to be, but then as we are already in it, like the national service and all that, and the music is playing, we might as well dance to the tunes for the time being, because definitely the music will change or the party will change, and then we get to do new dancing and all that.
Okay.
Wrapping it up, I would like to greet all those doing the listening and those watching on Facebook, those that did the calling, especially those that supported me.
Agenda.
Especially those that supported me. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So thank you. I don't know. I'm not good with goodbye messages, so I'll just end it.
Thank you very much. You guys just graced my studio today, and although we have an air conditioning on, during the debate I was feeling hot, but now I think everything is settled. I hope there will be no fight after this, because the way Armstrong and Tesohaji is still on fire, I'm really scared now. Okay, so
we will fight, but you see, because you are scared of the IGP,
you just keep it on the low, right? Okay, so this has been TTU debate right here, right now on Premier 100.5 on the soil of Takoradi Technical University, the land where everything grows. I was yours truly, of course, Mami Ikuamanan Asase. This has been TTU Debate. Catch you here, same time, next week, same day.
Same time.
Yes, I'm guessing. Yes, and I'm hoping to have more interesting and more energetic audience like did I say audience? Guests. Yes. Like I had today. It was really fun having you all. And my Facebook live viewers, thank you guys so much. Without you, this program wouldn't have been a success. Thank you for your contribution.
But tell Camille, you have a case with him.
Of course, Camille, so please, you know you have a case. Okay, so thank you very much for your support throughout this time till today for TTU Debates. God bless you all. And for our listeners, continue to listen to TTU Debate. We have nothing but excitement, information, and facts for you for the rest of this year. Mami Ekomanan Asase signing out. Peace. Love you all. Mwah. Oh no. Oh, there's something inside.